come on up here real quick. I want to introduce you to my son, Zach Dix.
Good evening. Thank you for being here tonight in support of MDA. Without all of you, none of this would be possible. I'd like to thank the volunteers who worked so hard to put this night together. I would also like to thank the sponsors for their support. Last but not least, I'd like to thank all my friends and family. The support and love you give me makes me a stronger and better person. I want to talk to you tonight about a friend of mine. His name is Joey Allen, and he is one of the best friends a guy could ask for. I met Joey at MDA camp back in 1997. We were both heading into second grade. It was my first year at MDA camp, but Joey was already a seasoned veteran in his second year. He had a Mr. T haircut and ears that stuck out like open car doors. We didn't know a lot about each other at the time. We had just met, but we connected. Joey and I were able to relate to each other because of the similar daily challenges we faced. Sure, we were different from other kids, but that didn't stop us from having fun. We didn't see each other much outside of summer camp for the first several years of our friendship. When we started high school, we started seeing each other on a daily basis because we were on the same bus. Joey and I would usually eat lunch together. We also had a couple classes together, which was nice. Joey and I became very close friends. He called me his brother from another mother. At school, Joey was easily distracted. He would get sidetracked checking out the girls in the halls. He told me that he almost ran into the wall at school while trying to get a peek at the ladies. One summer, my parents took Joey, Ryan, and I down to the Ozarks for the MDA retreat. It was a blast. Joey, Ryan, and I were going down the hallway at the Lodge of the Four Seasons when Joey started to speed away. I decided to follow him so I could go right by him. Ryan was following behind. We were having fun speeding around. I was right behind Joey, and then all of a sudden he decided to stop. I didn't have time to move to the side, so it was a pile-up. When I hit the back of Joey's chair, my arms and head went forward. I turned to tell Ryan to help me, but he was on the floor rolling around laughing his head off. Joey turns around, he is laughing his head off too. I started cracking up because they were laughing. Thank goodness nobody else was in the hallway. Right after that trip, Joey started to come over to the house almost every Friday night to hang out or go to the movies. We had a lot of great times in and out of school. There were times where Joey or I would miss school. I would never tell him this, but I missed it, and we didn't get a chance to see each other. Joey had back surgery our freshman year of high school. This was his first surgery. Joey was injury prone, but that is not why he needed back surgery. He had the back surgery because his spine was becoming curved. They had to put a rod in his back to straighten him out. I went through the same thing the previous year, and I remember talking to Joey about how nervous he was. I knew he would be all right, and that would be the best thing for him. Joey would need 3 more surgeries over the next 3 years. He had a second back surgery a year later. It was causing him a great deal of discomfort, and he was not excited about it. Then he had knee surgery because he fell out of his bed and broke his legs. They put a rod in his left leg and had to fix his right one. After that, Joey had another back surgery to fix the rod again. Good thing Joey left NASCAR because he was constantly getting fixed out. He was scheduled to have yet another back surgery on Tuesday, February 3rd, just a little over a month ago. When they took him into the operating room and gave him anesthesia, Joey's heart stopped. He was gone for a couple minutes. They were able to revive him and bring him back to us. I had heard the news, but I didn't get a chance to see him until Wednesday night. Joey was in the ICU at Children's. He couldn't get comfortable in that hospital bed. When I saw Joey, he kept talking about how they had to revive him and all the types of medication and painkillers he was on. My dad and siblings had gone up to visit Joey on their lunch hour. When my mom and I went up to visit Joey that night, didn't even remember that they had been up there. The short-term memory had become affected because of the time his heart had stopped. My mom and I left the hospital that night, praying and hoping for the best. We were planning on going up to the hospital again on Friday, but Joey told us that he would be getting out that day. I waited around and tried to get a hold of him at home. I didn't find out until Friday night when we called the hospital that he wasn't going home. They were trying to regulate his oxygen, and they couldn't leave until it was normal. Mom and I headed up to the hospital again Saturday. When we got there, Joey and his dad Randy were watching NASCAR. He was lying in his bed with the laptop on the hospital table. Joey had just created his second MySpace account. Joey told us that the first friend he had on his second profile was himself. I just shook my head and started laughing. He must have really enjoyed his own company. Now, the purpose of his second MySpace profile was strictly to pick up hot race car chicks. He was talking about how hot they looked in their fire suits. That was the happiest I had ever seen anyone in the hospital. The only thing that could have been better for Joey would have been a Rockstar energy drink. I left the hospital that night thinking that Joey is going to be okay and we'd be hanging out again soon. The next day is a day I'll never forget. It was Sunday, February 8th, and Joey was supposed to be going home sometime that day. We were at the movie theater, and my dad got a phone call just as the movie was starting. He stepped outside to take the call. When he came back in, he whispered that we should leave. On the way out of the movie theater, my dad told us that Joey's heart had stopped again on his way home from the hospital. By the time his dad got him to the emergency room at Mercy, he had passed away. Joey was too tired to fight anymore. Later that afternoon, we went up to the hospital, and I said goodbye to my best friend. I miss him every day, but I know he's in a better place. He has no more pain, no more sickness. Joey loved being at the gala. Some of you may remember Joey, and I greeted you at the door when you came in last year. We are here tonight to help raise money to fight against muscular dystrophy. I don't want to lose any more friends to this terrible disease. My dream is to have a world without muscular dystrophy. I'm very happy with what MDA has been able to do for me, my friends, and family members. Can't imagine where many of us affected with muscular dystrophy would be without them. Joey was more than a best friend. He was my hero. I'll never forget him, and I'm very thankful he was a part of my life. I love you, Joey. God bless.